What's up YouTube, James Baek here, and welcome back to another episode of the Johto x Alola Challenge. We have Jimmy as our first opponent today. Let's just get straight into the battles. We're going to be using the team of Hitmontop, Tyranitar, Azumarill, Tapu Koko, Scizor, and Kommo. Again, I have two different cartridges, so I have two different teams for this tournament. So we got Jimmy here with the team of Tapu Fini, Tapu Koko, Garchomp, Charizard, Stakataka, and Oregon. Now, I'm really scared because Tapu Fini plus Tapu Koko are both Pokemon that are extremely hard to deal with. Like, they're extremely hard to deal with. I already don't like this matchup from how it looks turn one. However, I think Hitmontop plus Tyranitar, if I just set up properly, I could do a lot of work against my opponent. So Hitmontop, Tyranitar. I think that should work. Kommo-o could sweep in the back if I just get rid of the fairies. I think Tapu Koko is probably good for the end game. Although Azumarill could also work, and Scizor kind of sweeps my opponent if I get rid of Charizard. But I think this is the way to go. Pretty sure this is the way to go. Like, I don't have much of a way to deal with Stakataka either. Well, I do. I have him on top and Kommo, right? But I forgot, like, Stakataka plus fairies are like really threatening to my team. Like, I would need to set it with Azu somehow, which maybe I should let Hitmontop plus Azu, because I could have also swept here, as Tapu Koko plus Charizard's going to take the field. Alright. Against my Hitmontop and Tyranitar. And okay, if you're my opponent, I would not risk Scarf Tyranitar here. And I would not Solar Beam Focus Blast. If you risk it, turn one, great for you. I don't think you do that. I think you would protect turn one. I think you might even double protect here. But I'm just going to fake out the Tapu Koko and Dragon Dance, because it's very unlikely I think Charizard wants to risk a, Scarf Rock Slide. Scarf Rock Slide would actually do a lot of damage to the Charizard. I could also see like Tapu Koko switching out, maybe in the Stakataka if it carries Wide Guard. We're going to see it Mega Evolve, which is fair because it would lower my special defense with Tyranitar, because in the sand, Tyranitar does get a special defense boost. But without this special defense boost, Tapu Koko's attack should be like a 2-hit KO. He just risked it, didn't he? And he just went for Solar Beam. Oh, does that KO Tyranitar? I kind of want to assume no. Tyranitar's really bulky, but we'll see. Yeah, okay. So I could have just Rock Slide and potentially got a double knockout, but I wasn't sure if he would risk Scarf Tyranitar, but yeah, gonna be able to get Dragon Dance up. Now it comes down to whether he goes for a Dazzling Gleam and I'm able to get a Rock Slide off, which I am gonna go for, because I don't think I have another play. I gotta hope he doesn't Thunderbolt. If you Thunderbolt, good play here, but I'm gonna hope you don't. So we'll see what comes out here. If you Thunderbolt, good play. If you Gleam here, I do get him and get a lot of damage off. But this is also fine even if it doesn't work out, because I could probably just set up with Kommo, but like getting rid of Fini would have been nice. And yeah, you Gleam here. So Tyranitar, I need you to do one job, and that's hit both Rock Slides. Please, my friend. Nice. That should just knock out the Charizard, and also knocks out the Tapu Koko, looks like. Wow, nice. So Tyranitar doing some work. Like, yeah, I'm gambling, but like how my opponent aggressively played turn one, I felt like you would just make the straightforward play, which is why I went for it. Which is why I went for Wide Guard, because I felt like he would Gleam there. So let's see what my opponent has in the back. Like, I'm in a fantastic position already. I got rid of Charizard and the Tapu Koko, which is really nice here. Garchomp's going to come out and Tapu Fini. So, again, Garchomp's a bit annoying, but I just got to weaken the Tapu Fini, and then I should, like, I have the combination of Tapu Koko plus my Kommo in the back. So I should just be able to seal up the game. I'm just going to Wide Guard here and Rock Slide, I feel like. I just need to weaken the Tapu Fini for the end game. And if I weaken Garchomp by putting in Gleam range, I think Tapu Koko can honestly just win this game straight out. Like, Tapu Koko should be able to win the game. We get to find out if my opponent's also Scarf Garchomp right here. And if you're Scarf Garchomp, you have to lock yourself into a move right here. And no matter what you lock yourself into, like, if it's going to be a single target move, probably doesn't do too well against my Tapu Koko. If it's Earthquake, you damage your own Fini. So Wide Guard going to come out as Rock Slide. Comes out, and yeah, we weaken the Fini, which is exactly what I want. We put it in range of, I think, pretty much anything from my Kommo at +1. Garchomp flinches, Tapu Fini flinches, unfortunate, but that's not what I was going for my end game. And yeah, we confirm it's not Scarf Garchomp, so I'm just gonna Helping Hand Assurance here. Because I think if anything protects, it's gonna be Feeny. Because Feeny's gonna go down to another Rock Slide, and my opponent might just assume, oh, I have nothing. Like, my opponent has no reason to click anything but Rock Slide here, because you get rid of Feeny here. But no protects, but that's fine. Again, Tapu Koko just wins the game. Assurance gonna come out into the Garchomp, which is gonna pick up the knockout. And since it wasn't Scarf, I really think I just had this game sealed up pretty much. As Garchomp, Tyranitar plus Garchomp is gonna feign here. Moonblast is gonna come out into my Hitmontop, but that's completely fine. Again, Tapu Koko wins this game, and that's not Specs Feeny. That's good to know if I run into my opponent in a future battle. So, Hitmontop, I'm going to switch out. I get to go out into Tapu Koko and just go back into Hitmontop and just click Fake Out plus Thunderbolt. So yeah, luckily, not sure. I think it's just how my opponent played. I was just able to assume he would just make, you know, simple, straightforward attacks, and it was just like I was able to go for, like, you know, just, I guess, kind of aggressive. But, like, it was kind of, like, aggressive, and I didn't have a choice here. Who did my opponent lead off with? It was Charizard plus Tapu Koko. So, you know, I could have Rock Slided there, potentially turn 1, but, like, I don't know. I don't think you ever risk Scarf Tyranitar, but maybe my opponent thought maybe it's not Scarf Tyranitar on this team because this team kind of looks like a setup mode. So maybe my opponent thought it was Dragon Dance from the start. But gonna be able to take the first game of today's episode. So nice, we're gonna pick up 1 win, and let's see if we can pick up some more. I don't know what my record is for this tournament. I didn't do so hot on stream when I was playing with this team, and yeah, like I streamed the first day of this tournament. I'll be streaming the last day of this tournament, and I'm recording this day of the tournament. So people are wondering how that is working right now. So 19, I think I might have lost 4 or 5. Yeah, like I'm also at a really low rating because most of my wins were like against players under the 1500. So because I played early, so I didn't get to fight many like of the high rated, but like, you know, just playing this for fun, testing it out. I honestly thought this format would have been more fun, to be honest, if it was just Johto and Alola Pokemon, but you know, not much I can do. Just bring back Sinnoh Classic. I love Sinnoh Classic. If anyone doesn't know what Sinnoh Classic is, it was an online competition where it was like back like with 2008 rules, and it was just so much fun. It was like really fun tournament. Go look it up if you haven't already, because it's a really fun tournament. I think Cybertron put some Sinnoh Classic videos, and yeah, like it was a really fun format in my opinion. We got Hanska, or I don't know how you pronounce this. I'm not even gonna try. We got Skarmory, Garchomp, Scizor, Porygon 2, Milotic, and Sylveon. So Sylveon can Hyper Voice, which is amazing, because Kommo-o should just be able to destroy my opponent's team in theory. It just depends on if that Sylveon has anything other than Hyper Voice. Is Hyper Beam a sound? I don't know why, but I feel like Hyper Beam should be a sound move, but like it's not, I think. I'm just gonna lead him on top. Kommo-o, I think Tapu Koko is pretty good in the back. Even if Milotic leads, I think that's fine. Actually, no, I should just lead Tapu Koko plus Kommo-o. Have him on top in the back, because if my opponent doesn't lead Milotic, then I could just, you know, switch into him on top anyway. And Scizor in the back, I think. Azu could do a lot of work too, but I think Scisor's fine here. We'll see how this works. Like, I think they're all justifiable. Maybe not Tyranitar, because I don't think Tyranitar has a good matchup against, like, Scizor, Milotic, but I think the rest of my team is pretty good against my opponent's team, so we'll see how this works. I could have brought a Azumarill. Like, I could have went for an Azumarill sweep, but I'm not sure if it's going to be worth it, because it's hard. Like, I really want to bring Azu. Like, I miss using Azu so much. We find the Sylveon plus the Milotic, so this is... I wonder what fairy move the Sylveon has. If it's just Hyper Voice, I do just want to set up with Kommo-o. I think I just want to protect Kommo-o turn 1 and Volt Switch the Sylveon out into my Scizor so I can Volt Switch. I think Volt Switch into Bullet Punch should be able to knock out Sylveon. Milotic can't really do much to Kommo-o. And then, like, later in the game, like, Tapu Koko can come back in and just Thunderbolt the Milotic, so I don't feel like I'm in the worst position. I also could see Milotic switching out to Garchomp, but that's not going to be the case here, as Volt Switch is going to come out into the Sylveon. That's a good amount of damage. I'm not sure how bulky the Sylveon is though, but Mega Scizor should be able to knock it out with Technician Bullet Punch. I just hope you don't Scald Burn me. That's like if you target the Tapu Koko with Scald and Burn. That's like the worst case scenario. It's just gonna be Hyper Voice, so my opponent maybe doesn't know about Soundproof ability, so I'll take that into consideration. That did nothing to Scizor, but then again, I am a bulky Scizor. Dragon Tail. Okay, I'm glad I scouted out turn 1. That's a good thing to note. If it's Dragon Tail, I'm just going to switch out Kommo-o into Tapu Koko, and I might as well just Bullet Punch here. I could set up potentially on my opponent, but I don't want Tapu Koko taking a Bullet Punch. I mean, a Hyper Voice. So I'll just Bullet Punch here. It's a safe play. Not sure my opponent's going to switch out. Like, this also covers, like, any switch out, really. Like, if my opponent wants to go in, like, Skarmory or Scizor, like, I do a lot of damage to it. As it looks like no switch out, so maybe a Protect here. I'm not sure. But, gonna be able to Mega Evolve a Scizor. And Mega Scizor. You know, if it was just Johto with Alola Pokemon, there were Mega Scizor, Mega Heracross, Mega Houndoom, Mega Steelix. I want to say that's it. Icy Wind comes out. Scizor avoids. I don't think that's really that big, to be honest, because Icy Wind wouldn't have done much. Maybe speed advantage, but like, I don't know if you really need a speed advantage against Scizor. I also wonder if that's like the... To be honest, I can't tell if that's competitive, Milotic or not, but we're going to see the Garchomp come out. Wonder if it has a fire type move. I don't really mind if it does, though. I think Hitmontop is just such a safe play. And Bug Bite into Milotic. Just weaken the Milotic. The only thing I'm worried about is like Adrenaline or Milotic with competitive. That's like the one fear. But Hitmontop should be able to be a safe switch into basically anything. I have a Eject button so I can get the speed advantage with my Tapu Koko back. It is competitive Milotic, so we do find out. Adrenaline Orb? Nope. Earthquake. You Earthquake your own Milotic. Okay. I'll take that. Scald's gonna hurt Scizor though if my opponent opts for it, but I think that's alright here, to be honest. Eject button. If you Earthquake here, I think you do target on the Scizor slot. So I'm just gonna go out into my Tapu Koko. Even if we knock out Tapu Koko, that's fine. It's recover, okay. That works out in my favor, I guess. And Bug Bite. So in case you're like a random berry, give me that berry. Are you a berry? Yeah, you are a 50% berry. Nice. So I get the eye of Papa Berry, and I don't believe that confuses me. Yeah. So I can just Volt Switch the Milotic. I don't think it has Protect. And I can just go on Hitmontop because I'll be able to live in Earthquake otherwise. The only thing I wouldn't be able to live is a Tectonic Rage. And even then, like, even if my opponent's able to knock out Tapu Koko, right, I can, with this Hitmontop switching, you shouldn't be able to knock out Hitmontop. And I could just go out in a Kommo-o and fake out and set up, basically. Like, I don't see a way my opponent can stop it. Unless you have Dragon Tail on the Garchomp, too, and I'm hoping you don't. I also want to trap Garchomp at -2, if possible. But this Milotic is at +4 special attack. But it's just going to go down here, okay. Volt Switch into Milotic. And I think I'll just go out in a Kommo-o because I'm kind of getting impatient. I kind of want to just set up with Kommo-o because I don't feel like this is probably like the perfect opportune time to just set up with Kommo-o, in my opinion. Might not be the safest time, but it's probably the best time. So let's see what my opponent opts for. It is going to be the Z move. It is Tectonic Rage at -2. Okay. So Kommo-o should be able to eat this like relatively easy. I think it's going to do what? -2, 40%? I want to say 40. We also confirmed the item and the Z move is on Garchomp, so I don't have to worry about like a Z move or anything else. It's going to target down the Kommo-o. What's this do? It did like 45. Okay. Porygon 2 is going to come out. I just go for Fake Out. -2 Dragon Claw should knock out. I'm only worried about Outrage. Soundproof. I mean, I think Scizor should have this game sealed up, to be honest. Hitmontop also looks pretty good against my opponent. I'm just going to go for my Z move and fake out the Porygon 2. There's no reason not to. My opponent's 1587. But then again, you got a pretty solid team. But fake out going to go on to Porygon 2. Let's see if the Garchomp has anything. Poison Jab, okay. Stone crit. If you poison, that's okay. That's fine. Because Z-move should knock out Garchomp, and then I can double close combat to Porygon 2 for a knockout. So we'll be right back after the Z-move animation because it is copyrighted. Okay, we knock out the Garchomp. So we get rid of the Garchomp, and yeah, just double close combat should just win me this game. Like, Porygon 2 can't stall it out. Scizor does really well, and Tapu Koko's electric type attacks are still going to do some really good damage to Porygon 2 overall. So this game's over. Or it should be over. Wonder what does more. I think double close combat does more than helping hand single target close combat, because I don't have like any attack investment on this Kommo-o. So close combat, yeah, like good damage. But Porygon 2, as you can tell, is super bulky, able to take that pretty well, even after the Clangorous Soul Blaze and the Fake Out chip. So able to knock out Porygon 2. That's gonna be a good game. So we're gonna be able to win. I honestly can't tell if that was the first or second battle of today's episode. I'm kind of lost because I'm kind of like recording these all in a row. Again, it's like this tournament's like over a 4-day basis span, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but technically it's 3 days. Like it's 48 hours long. And it ends on Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, I think. So let me see. Yeah, that's basically how it works. So I'm just recording these in a row, so I don't know what number I'm on, to be honest. I'm also probably recording them out of order too, because I think I'm switching like every other team, to be honest. But we're going to be able to pick up a win. I think, I don't know, like just being able to set up with Kommo-o in a good position was basically what I was aiming for in the game. And luckily just scouting for like, I wasn't even scouting for the Dragon Tail, to be honest, but I forgot that was an option. Like I forgot that was an option, and then I think Volt Switch into Milotic was safe there because we saw the Icy Wind earlier from my opponent. So, or did we? Am I confusing the turns wrong? But like Dragon Tail usually doesn't carry Protect, to be honest. Yeah, like Dragon Tail really doesn't usually carry Protect. Oh, I went on Battle Spot, didn't I? Alright. But yeah, Dragon Tail, Milotic doesn't usually carry Protect. Usually you see Dragon Tail like on the Assault Vest set. But since we saw Recover, it's like Dragon Tail Recover, and then I had to assume like Ice Move and then Scald. So yeah, I didn't assume it had Protect, so I thought it was a very safe Volt Switch. But let's see if we can continue. How do I want to finish this tournament, including stream, because that's how I'm ending it. Like the stream is going to be the ending. I guess maybe like mid 1700s would be nice. Leo, or Leo, however you guys want to pronounce it. Oh no. Oh man, okay. Oh, no, wait, no, it wasn't with this team. Okay, so it's Charizard Venusaur, which is, and Mimikyu. That's going to be hard to deal with. Charizard Mimikyu. Okay, that's, like, scary. Like, my other team doesn't like Charizard Venusaur. I do not like facing Charizard Venusaur Mimikyu. Okay, how is this going to work? I think Coco is pretty safe. Kommo-o, to be honest. I like Kommo-o, Scizor in the back. The only problem is Overcoat. I don't have that ability, so if my opponent does have Sleep Power, you can Sleep Power to Kommo-o, which is a bit annoying to deal with. I want to go Tyranitar. I mean, I don't mind the sun being up because it powers up my Flamethrower. Azu can do a lot of work. I think Hitmontop is the way to go, though. Just because it's a good switch. It's like a good switch pivot, especially with the eject button, because I could intimidate. Like I could Volt Switch into Hitmontop. The eject button activates. I can go back into my Tapu Koko potentially. So we'll see how this works. It's gonna be really confusing though, especially Mimikyu Charizard is probably my worst lead matchup. Like anything else is all right, I think. So we'll see how this works. Tapu Koko Kommo-o. Mimikyu Venusaur, okay. That's probably just a free Bullet Punch for me though. I can Volt Switch into Mimikyu and I think I should just switch out Kommo-o. I don't want to risk the Z move, right? I'm just gonna Volt Switch to Mimikyu. And I think yeah. I go into Scizor here. I don't want to risk like the Z move through Protect if I decide to go for it, because that's still gonna do a massive amount of damage no matter what. So I will go for like Scizor coming in. And Volt Switch. I think I want to go Hitmontop, because I also don't want the Z move onto my Yeah, I'll go Hitmontop because I can also just eject button out, and I don't want to take the Z move with Hitmontop. So this is where Hitmontop can be a good pivot because I could potentially get my Kommo back in. And luckily you can't sleep powder me with the electric terrain, which is really nice here. So Intimidate, gonna fire off. Affect the Mimikyu if it's physical. Might be special, but I think it's physical. Player Rush is gonna come out and target down my Scizor. That's perfect. And it's Life Orb. Okay, so it's not Focus Sash. That's good to confirm. Sludge Bomb going to come out into the Hitmontop. Perfectly fine. Eject button's going to activate. Now I can go. This is basically the position I wanted because now, as you can see, that's why I brought Hitmontop. The eject button can do so much work here. The pivots on this team can allow me to set up real easy. So Kommo going to come out. And we're going to go for Clanger's Soul Blaze. Claim some souls. And Mega Evolve Bullet Punch. Because we're going to be able to knock out the Mimikyu if it decides to stay in. If Charizard wants to come in, it's going to be taking a Clanger Soul Blaze. Like, nothing on my opponent's team really wants to take the Z move at all. I got to keep Scizor around, though. Like, I am kind of worried about Hidden Power Fire from Venusaur, potentially. I don't think that would knock out my Scizor just because of, like, I do have some special defense investment. Scizor going to come out. Let's see if Mimikyu cares Protect. I kind of doubt it. No, it doesn't. Okay. So, this is Bullet Punch coming out. And this is going to be single target Clanger Scales. No. Clanger Soul Blaze. I swear people are going to, like, yell at me at the comment section down below. But we got the Soul. We got the Soul Blaze. My soul's on fire. And we're going to unleash it with, like, a mighty roar. Okay. Didn't knock out the Venusaur, but it puts in Bullet Punch range, which is really nice here, as we'll see what my opponent opts for. Going to be the Sludge Bomb into Kommo. As long as it doesn't crit, we should be good. And doesn't get to poison too, which is really nice. Heals up with its Black Sludge. Okay. And Charizard should be coming out here, I would assume. Yep. So, if it's Charizard, why? No matter what, I feel like I have a safe play of just going for Clang Scales and Protect here, to be honest. Yeah, because this way, like, if Venusaur doesn't Protect here, it goes down to Clang Scales, and if you do Protect, I can Bullet Punch next turn and threaten the Venusaur, and Charizard at +1 shouldn't have a way to knock out Kommo unless this one, like this variant carries like an Air Slash or Dragon Pulse, but +1 I don't think that knocks out. Is Venusaur also going to switch out? Interesting. Crocodile. That's a lot of free damage from me, so I'll take it. Although, if it's Scarf Crocodile, I guess that could be scary because I don't know, like, how fast the Crocodile is. Kommo, I believe, is slower, too. So, Charizard gonna Mega Evolve. Crocodile is actually a really nice Pokemon here. Really nice Pokemon. Too bad it's, what is it? Again, I didn't think Pokemon like this were legal when I originally played. Bullet Punch. I mean, Scizor just protects. Why did I say Bullet Punch? Because that's what I initially was going to go for. Clang Scale is going to go out. Oh my lord. That should just be game, to be honest. Heat Wave. As long as it doesn't burn me or crit, we should be good. And I don't even think crit knocks me out, to be honest. This is Kommo. Yeah, I don't think a crit would have knocked me out. Well, actually, I think it would have been close. But now I can just Clang Scales and Bullet Punch the Crocodile. Because if it's Scarf Crocodile, I just get the Bullet Punch off and then Clang Scales finish off the Charizard and I outspeed with Kommo. And yeah, there's not really a position where my opponent can really get in anything. And like, even if you're able to get that position where you can knock out Kommo and outspeed it with like Venusaur plus the Crocodile, which is pretty much impossible to get in the first place, you don't have a way to handle Scizor if you do that. So no matter what, I should be pretty safe for this endgame. Also, Tapu Koko's looking really good to sweep here. Like, Tapu Koko plus Scizor also cleans up this game. But right now, Scizor plus Kommo should just be able to finish out this game with Bullet Punch plus Clang Scales. Crocodile gonna go down to the Bullet Punch. And Clang Scale's gonna come out to Charizard. That will finish off the job. And then it's just Venusaur, and then I just Bullet Punch, and it's game. So Kommo doing some work, and Mega Scizor. I like it. I like it. Mega Scizor putting in some work. I haven't really used Mega Scizor much in VGC just because, you know, regular Scizor is probably like, you know, there are some Mega Evolutions you'll never see, like, as common as their normal forms. Like, you see Tyranitar, you see more regular Tyranitars than Mega Tyranitars, you see more Garchomps than Mega Garchomp, and you see more regular Scizors than Mega Scizors, and that's because they only get like a little bit of defense buffs. Mega Garchomp might get like its new ability, but like it gets a speed decrease, which really hurts it because its speed tier of 102 is really solid, I think. So yeah, that, like just those little stat buffs like that could be compensated for like items in general, and then having another Mega Evolution that's probably more powerful, you know, like Charizard Y with its huge special attack increase, and the Sun, or like Mega Kangaskhan with its like parental bond, or Mega Mall of huge power. Just those Pokemon are probably just better to have than just like that trade-off of not having a Mega that can do more work. I mean, I'm not saying these Megas don't do work. It's like they probably just limit probably your team to where like you could have a more powerful Mega Evolution instead, and you could still have the normal Pokemon, like the normal form of the Pokemon, and it was still just put in a lot of work. Like we see a lot of Scar Tyranitars do a lot of work, we see regular Scizors do a lot of work, and regular Garchomp does a lot of work. So we got Ninetales, Sandslash, Nidoking, Gengar, Tapu Koko, and Pheromosa. I actually wasn't supposed to play another game, but I went straight into it because I was talking anyway. How do I want to handle this team? It's really hyper offensive. Really hyper offensive. Does Ice Beam knock out Kommo-o? I really doubt it. Oh yeah, Mega Gengar is also legal in this format, which is not something I like. Scizor actually does amazing here if I'm able to set it up properly. So I will be looking for probably like a Scizor sweep. I think I want to go... Like Tyranitar does a lot of work here too. Like I'm thinking like Azu plus Scizor actually does sweep my opponent's entire team, because the double priority probably just handles my opponent's entire team, to be honest. I think I'll go Hitmontop plus Kommo-o with Tyranitar Scizor in the back. You shouldn't lead the... I don't think you lead the Hail Mode ever. We'll see how this works though. I don't think you should ever lead the Hail Mode against this, because then you're put in a really bad spot with Ninetales turn 1. I could see you leading Sandslash Koko, which actually might be really bad for me now that I'm thinking about it. Although I could probably just fake out like Dragon Dance. I mean, not fake out Dragon Dance. Like I should be able to live like Sandslash's attack. It's not really that powerful. Gengar Pheromosa. Oh boy. My Kommo outspeeds Pheromosa if it's not max speed. If it's max speed, neutral nature, I outspeed. If it's not, then it could be a problem. I'm gonna fake out the Pheromosa, and I'm just gonna go for the Clangorous. Soul Blaze. I don't need Kommo-o to sweep. I just need it to chip away at everything on my opponent's team. And even if Ninetales comes in, that's still like Scizor fruit, to be honest. So we should be good. And it looks like there was like another play my opponent could have done, which is switch in Ninetales and protect with Mega Gengar. But luckily my opponent doesn't opt for that. Maybe went for the U-turn instead, but that's completely fine if it did. Pheromosa is just going to protect. I wonder if Gengar protects too. This is still going to do a massive amount to the Gengar. Okay. So you double protect here, fearing the fake out, but the Z move is still going to do a lot of work, and I don't think Pheromosa should have anything that can knock out Kommo-o. And watch me speak it to life, and it has some kind of Icium Z Ice Beam. I think that's the only way it can knock me out. Or just an Ice Beam Freeze. 40% to Pheromosa, I'll take that. And we're going to get our stat buffs. Helping Hand, Clang Scale should just be able to knock out Pheromosa and Gengar, so I should just be able to get that off. Even if my opponent like decides, like again, the only two bad scenarios are one, the Ice Beam Freeze, and two, the, what's it called? Icium. Although I don't think you should ever run Icium on Pheromosa, we'll see here. Helping Hand, no switches from my opponent. Let's see if Kommo-o's faster than this Pheromosa. It really comes down to that. Nope, it's faster. High jump kick into my Kommo-o. Please don't crit. Nice. It's Life Orb. Okay. Ice Beam wouldn't have knocked out either way. Clang Scales. Just gonna obliterate. Decided to team at +1 with the Helping Hand, and that's why I like Helping Hand. Like, Aqua Jet could miss out on some knockouts. So can like Clang Scales, even at +1. But with Helping Hand, can basically cover for that weakness and just able to pick up some really nice KOs here. So let's see what my opponent's going to bring in. I also can switch since I got rid of Mega Gengar. So Nidoking going to come out. Okay. I guess we get to find out that Scarf. Tapu Koko. I should just be able to win with Scizor if I'm able to play smart with it. I am kind of worried about Scarf Nidoking though. If it's Scarf Nidoking, that could be a problem. Although I'm not sure if Ice Beam knocks me out of +1. I mean, Sheer Force boost. It should. What am I more worried about? I think I'm more worried about Nidoking. I think I'm just gonna. Do I wide guard here? I don't think I wide guard here. I think I Helping Hand and go for Clang Scales to be honest. I don't need Flamethrower on the top of Koga. I think Nidoking's more of a threat here. We'll see if it's Scarf or not. It is Scarf, but opts for the Earth Power instead into my Hitmontop. Okay. Wait, did my eject button not activate? Did my eject button not activate? Gleam's gonna come out. Okay, that's fine, but did my eject button not activate or did I use it early? No, I led this. Huh? Does that mean if I Helping Hand, I can negate my eject button? What? Well, that's something for the books, I guess. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Okay. Get Tyranitar in. I think Assurance plus Bullet Punch is a safe play here. And that should be the game. I don't think Thunderbolt, like Z-move might knock out Scizor, but then that means you shouldn't have a way to hit knock out Tyranitar. The match is going to be forfeit from my opponent, so we're going to be taking 3 wins in today's episode. At least I believe it's 3 wins. Again, I'm recording this all in a row. That was a really weird interaction, though. I don't know what's up with that eject button not working, but thank you all for tuning in today's episode. If you want to see more Johto X Alola, you can follow the playlist down below. I'll be uploading some more episodes of Johto X Alola, especially if you missed the previous episode. You can go check it out. You can also check out my main series, VGC 2018 Backpack Battles, which is, you know, VGC doubles content if you're interested in that. And you can also check out my social medias, including my Twitch channel, which I did stream this tournament on. So I highly recommend following me, since I'll be doing more of the doubles global link tournaments, because they are a lot of fun. Even though it's not like official formats or anything, it's just still a lot of fun, especially since I fell in love with Sinnoh Classic. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in. Have a great day, people. I will catch you around in another video.